Hello Leo gang, what's up? Welcome to my channel Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name is Annie and we are going to read your tarot cards here today. This will be a general tarot message for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something, to better yourself. If the messages that come through don't resonate with you, feel free to click off, try back a different week, but also give these messages time to resonate as well. I think that's important. I want you to walk away from this feeling motivated, empowered, inspired, or just having some sort of new insight or information to ponder, to think about. That is a good reaction. If you're not feeling that way, again, it might not be your message this week. It won't resonate every single time, unfortunately. That being said, I hope lots of these messages do help and serve you. You are accountable for all your own actions and decisions. So let's hop into it and read your tarot cards here. I feel like you change your mind on some sort of process or project that you were really gung-ho about starting. Leo, did you start a new project or a new job during the retrograde? Come on. It actually kind of does have that vibe. Actually, the day I'm recording this, Mercury has officially gone retrograde, but it's still sort of in its shadowy phase. So again, issues that came up during the last 3 to 4 weeks may actually, come back again as Mercury goes to those degrees it already went through. Something about like the seeds or the seeds you planted or the foundations you started to lie for something or lay for something. You're looking at it with, it could just be some sort of new information or insight or a different way of doing it, or it's possible that you did yield some sort of results from this, and they're not bad. I want to be clear about that, but they're not what you were hoping for or not what you expected or anticipated. However, with judgment, there's like a reawakening of possibly a way in which you can do it better, or again, to mix up the ingredients ever so slightly. No matter what this is, I can already tell the message persists that something that you already started, I think you're either going to go back to the drawing board entirely or almost like reinvigorate new life into it. So maybe, again, it means you're just changing up the details a bit or reorganizing it in a way that is more efficient or structured better for your lifestyle. And, this could be a relationship too. It could be, maybe you started hanging out with someone, but it didn't quite work out. And then maybe over time, and I would especially wait till Mercury is out of retrograde. November 2nd, it's going to move beyond its sort of shadowy phase, which again, even if you don't know much about it, it's just, there's still kind of like this fog or this sort of, miscommunications, misunderstandings that can still persist, even though we are moving forward. Like there's more strides, more action being taken. But again, just if you really want to safety proof this, if the relationships means enough to you or the project means enough to you that you want to ensure success, I would not make any huge strides until after November 2nd. Circle that date on your calculator. Really? See? Mercury. Circle that date on your calendar and then, move forward till your heart's content. It could be during the retrograde, someone from your past, and it might be a business opportunity. It doesn't have to be romantic. Someone from your past may have reached out to you, and it made you contemplate the new life you had started without them, and so you might sort of be feeling like pulled in 2 different directions of something you were doing. I would say probably for yourself, but it could have involved someone else, maybe a Scorpio, doesn't have to. You may have heard from someone your past and they just kind of popped up, and I'm hearing like peekaboo. Like you thought you had gotten rid of them or you thought they had exited your life and you were never going to hear, and then, lo and behold, there they are. There could be news of a pregnancy too, or someone, I don't know, if you were in talks of family planning or adding another child to your family or something. Again, something about a conversation of the past may come back up where someone's actually ready to to plant the seed, Leo. That's again for some of you. Yeah, it's funny. I haven't even gotten to this deck yet, but this card is like staring me in the face. It was just sitting off here, so I feel like some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio. I don't know why I feel called to read it, so I'm just going to. Scorpio, the animal. Transformative, intense, passionate, secret, carnal, thorough, obsessive, intimate, primal, lusty, deep, eternal, resourceful, mysterious, regenerative, compulsive, destructive, and manipulative. So those are all different aspects and different sort of manifestations of the scorpionic energy. Of course, you don't have to be dealing with one, but important to note, in about a week or so, we're going to be in Scorpio season. So again, those sort of keywords, issues surrounding those types of things or reactions may arise. Ultimately, though, the point of Scorpio season is that transformation, right? We, into fall, things start dying off, and then again in the spring, they will be reborn. So that might be significant for some of your timelines with some some certain project. I feel like now that Mercury is direct, I'm all tongue twisted. All right, a little bit more for Leo, please. Yeah, something about a child here, feeling like a neglect. And you might be the child too. You may feel like your parents neglected you, or vice versa. There could be something where you're having trouble connecting with your child. Even if your child is a full-fledged adult, right? There might just be sort of a weird wedge in a dynamic or a relationship. This is like a very Leo message, but I think it's very important, is you may have felt like you had to sacrifice your self-expression because it wasn't allowed or it wasn't accepted. You may have felt silenced, or that you didn't have a vote, or that your voice didn't matter. And that could have been in a romantic partnership too, but for a lot of you, it's calling back a relationship you had with a parent as well. Excuse me. So the mere fact that this is coming up is actually fantastic. It is actually transformational, because if you can kind of get to the root cause of where this sort of character keeps playing out a role in your life, and some of you are like, why? Like, I'm not like this. I don't want this. The point is to get you to see it and heal something within yourself so that you don't have that reaction to it. And it's not to justify it. It's not to say that this behavior on other people's parts is right or correct or valid. It's just the opposite. It's that you're going to encounter people. And so I want to be careful, obviously. I say this with sensitivity, but what part of you is allowing that to happen, or staying in relationships that aren't allowing you to have a voice? Or something of the sort, right? It's like the universe is purposely matching you with people to hold up a mirror to yourself and recognize patterns and behaviors. And again, in a very like, oh, hey, now that we know this is good. It's not to attack you and make you feel shitty, just the opposite. It's meant to change something that it's run its course. It's like that part of you, again, that was probably like a childhood issue, rather than repeating it again and again, like, this is the end. This is where we kind of like when the Scorpio energy comes through, the death card, where it's like, I'm going to take this negative energy and I'm going to transform it into something positive that I can use moving forward. I actually do really like that. So I hope you guys understand that's a positive message. Self-awareness, right? It's really, really important, because it ends up helping you to manifest what it is you want in this life. And where we sometimes hold ourselves back, or where we allow other people to hold us back, sometimes, subconsciously, because, if we're afraid of the unknown, or we're afraid to stand up to authority, whatever it is. Yeah, you may have had a very controlling or possessive person in your life, and for a lot of you, it seems like you freed yourself from that, but it may have been bittersweet because, I don't know, a part of you still felt some sort of connection or kinship with them. I don't know, though. In time, I think this feels like you're doing something very personal for yourself. Some of you may be literally building your own a space or office or something to do with land or property. It's like you're creating a own little nest for yourself, and it's a huge source of pride and celebration and accomplishment. It's not to say people can't help you with this, but there's something you're very capable of doing it, and you proved it to yourself. And if this person were to come back in your life, of course, you have free will. You can do whatever you want, but maybe they exited your life for a reason, or you chose to leave them for a reason, right? I feel like if they were to come back, you are going to have a different perspective on it. And it's like they're going to look very small in comparison. If this used to be a person that was very, like, just look at the size of it, like very big and intimidating, quite literally looking up to this kind of domineering, intense presence. It's some of you, it's just like you wanted that attention, that love, affection from someone who was very powerful. Again, the universe is trying to get you to see that in yourself, that you're very powerful, that you hold this magic, this creativity, whatever it is. In time, I think you're going to look back and this person's going to seem very small in comparison. It will pale in comparison to whatever this is, because this has a much more lasting potential. It has more longevity. And again, it's such a source of pride and accomplishment for you. You're so proud that you started to do this. And not only that, to see the results. I think a lot of you are going to turn away from this because there's just this attitude of like, I think I can do better. Like, thanks for the flower, but like, you're tiny, sir. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're a tiny little blip on my screen now. Like, I have bigger things ahead. That is true Queen of Wands energy. I really like that, Leo. And you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be dismissive. Though, I mean, for some of you, maybe it's warranted. But yeah, focusing on this is kind of your best bet. And again, guys, this could be a new relationship with someone else, especially some earth energy. You may actually be bookended by kind of some Scorpio energy here too, as in you may have had an old Scorpio and you may have a new one. And again, if it's not Scorpio, it's just this bookend of transformation. Yeah, look at that. Wish fulfillment. Love it. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. You may have this one gives me a Six of Wands vibe. The idea of having many eyes on you, garnering a lot of praise or admiration, a lot of attention from groups of people. It could be if this is romantic, if you're putting yourself out on the apps or going out in public, in person, whatever. It seems like a lot of people kind of have their eye on you and there's something very impressive. And, that's kind of that classic strong Leo energy that we do like to see. It doesn't come from a place of pride or needing to perform. It's just like, no, by me doing my thing, by honoring my authentic self-expression, yeah, people like it. They want more. Leave them wanting more. And that's not to say play head games. I think you guys understand what I mean, right? Just be who you are unapologetically, right? And don't worry, the right people will find you. You will find your soul tribe. You will attract the right people. And if, again, self-awareness, if you're attracting people who have kind of fit into the same box in terms of, ooh, why is this person keep, coming to me in different forms, right? And by that I mean, multiple boyfriends that are emotionally neglectful, right? Again, it has this self-awareness. What about you is sort of needing that, and why do you think the universe is trying to get you to see it? Anyway, I don't want to swing negative because I feel like we've already been there. This actually feels very good. I mean, of course it's good. It's the Nine of Cups. It's your wish fulfillment. Some of you may have many options in terms of like a job offer or it could just be that you have a lot of social plans too. It's like every weekend you have like 3 or 4 people texting you like, hey, want to come here, want to do there? And it's like, you got it made. You got it made. I was going to say made in the shade, but you're the sun. So I don't know if that's true. You are the sun though. You provide these people with warmth too. Not because you have to, just because that's simply what you do. You emit warmth, you emit energy, you emit light. So of course, right, you're the sun. All the planets want to gravitate around you because they like that warmth. They like that nourishment. In a way, it's like they're able to thrive on their own because of what you demonstrate. It's like you show them the way, you show them the light. You sound like Tony Robbins. But that's what you are to these people. It's like there's something very beautiful about the encouragement and support that you offer these people. But here there's like a really healthy manifestation of it where you don't go home feeling drained at the end of the day. You're not these people's caretaker, but you'll give them what you got, in the moment, and people gain something from it. Yeah, this moon is getting bigger. I instantly noticed that. So something about this full moon in Aries, there could be a final culmination, a completion, a transformation. Aries and Scorpio are both ruled by kind of that Mars energy. So something, especially with a masculine figure in your life connected to Mars, or multiple masculine figures, it might be something about your sex life. It may be something about your ambitions and your career. For anyone who has sort of a sports or athletic component to their life, maybe you work in such a field, something about that may reach some sort of, I heard of the word epiphany, but some final culmination, and for some of you, again, it's a source of pride, like I finally got what I wanted out of that, I'm seeing the results from possibly something that you started planting many moons ago, pun intended, especially during that new moon in Aries, which would have been in Aries season. When would that have been? In early spring, you may start seeing something about 6 months ago if you started something new. Again, there's a reason to celebrate, or there's a tremendous sense of celebrating oneself, and I think it's very earned. This feels really lovely. This seems like sort of my the high vibration of Leo that we like to see, right? Because every sign has its negatives and positives. This feels like a Leo who knows what's up, and they've done something great for themselves, and so by default they're attracting better people into their life who are going to sort of emulate the self-respect that Leo showed themselves, the steps that they took to improve their life or go after this or chase their dreams. You're attracting those types of people. In fact, some of you might be a really good mentor or a coach. Very Aries energy, that Mars energy. Some of you may end up being a life coach, or if it's not that, just pieces of that, right? Motivating, empowering, inspiring. Those are very Mars-esque words. Some of you may give some sort of speech or lecture. Some of you may have to teach something or demonstrate something. There's an opportunity where there's a lot of people who want to sort of pick your brain, or learn how you did it so that they can emulate you. Or again, there could even be an element, like a small element, however you want to interpret this, as like celebrity. Yes, it could be Instagram followers, but even if that's the case, let's just say it's on social media. I'm not hating on it, because again, there's something very powerful and admirable about this. So whatever you're doing, maybe you should be putting it on social media, because again, you might find your audience, you might find your followers. And I think, again, a high-vibing Leo will know, not only do I have wisdom and important things to share with them, I also have things that I can learn from my audience. Give them what they want. Yeah, to a certain extent. What are the demands? What are the needs of the people? Well, if you fit the bill, if you fill the role, then that's going to benefit you too as well, right? Put a nice little price tag on it if you're teaching online courses or something like that. This actually has a very strong Virgo vibe to me. Virgo vibe. I like that, the alliteration. So some of you may be cuspy. Some of you may be like kind of Leo, Virgo cuspers, or you may have, again, Mercury or Venus in Virgo. I really like this. So then what is the Four of Ghosts? Let's kind of wrap it up here, and let me give you some final thoughts. Why is the Four of... Actually, let's switch decks. Why is the Four? Oh, that came right out. Perfect. The Seven of Cups. Options. What do you do when the past comes knocking? What emotions come to the surface when you get that text or that ding on your phone or that email of the job you passed up once? What emotions are coming to the surface? Are they healthy? Are they good? Is it fear and intimidation of trying something new? Or is it, this is bringing back memories of the person I used to be, and I still have shame or guilt attached to what I let this person do or what I allowed to happen? Again, you choose to hold that cup. You choose to hold on to that negative or toxic energy. You don't have to drink from that cup anymore. You have a lot more options now. You have a lot more cups to drink from. That is very important, Leo. This came up in, I think, Scorpio's reading. That's hilarious. I can't help but... We're probably going to throw some of these on here just to see. Who's the person you call when you need a guy, when you need someone? I was joking with Scorpio. There's a very kind of militant, gotta go to war vibe about this, and it's almost like you call up that best friend, I need a favor, be here in 5, and just no questions asked, I got you. Who's that person in your life? No, I'm not saying, you're gonna go beat up people in the alleyway, but there's something about loyalty here. At one point in time, this person may have showed you their true colors. They may have been loyal, but they may have been loyal with sort of this negative vibe. I just don't really like it. I don't know. And I don't do fear-based readings. This isn't oh my God, someone from your past is coming back and it's going to be a nightmare. Absolutely not. But you do have to draw a firm line in the sand of who you're giving your light and your attention and your energy to. Because that you do choose. You have agency. You do not have to respond to this text if you don't want to, Leo, right? And I think you can drive yourself nuts of, I should, but I shouldn't. And there can be emotional confusion with the Four of Cups. But again, what cup do you want to drink from? You know what this one tastes like, right? I don't know. There's a need to be adventurous and mingle with new people, even in terms of coworkers or friendships. Because again, when you emit that self-respect, that's the kind of vibe that you attract back. So admirers, people who want to be your friend, people who want to work with you and share things with you and vice versa. Loyalty is a big word. And I will say too, I hope my Scorpio crosswatchers aren't mad, because Scorpios have some tremendous energy here too. You definitely have some lower vibe. This could be with a Taurus as well. A lot of fixed energy here. But again, you may be bookended with relationships with Scorpios. It's possible. A lot of Scorpio energy. And this is a card of Leo too. And there's this lion prowling through the jungle type confidence. It emotes, it radiates this kind of don't fuck with me vibe, but I love it. I love it because it's not really you're not turning down the wrong people. You're putting up good boundaries and guards with people who they kind of burned you in the past, or they didn't do you right. So again, rather than sort of sinking into this weird guilt or shame of the emotions of the past, it's oh no, I'm a new person now. Step aside. Here I come. Get ready for me because I'm coming through. Let's throw some zodiac signs on this and see if anything comes out. I want to give it a good shuffle, actually. Leo, this was a kick-ass reading. I hope it spoke to many of you out there. Yeah, some of you may have a best friend who is a fellow Leo. Some of you may have a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aquarius wanting to come in and make some sort of important connection with you. It's someone who really respects you. Again, it could be in the form of like a mentor, someone who could learn a lot from you, but it could be someone who's interested romantically, especially for my same-sex couples out there too. Let's do this. The sun, lots of Leo. I'm going to read this to you too, because this is you. This is your ruling planet, even though it's technically a luminary. Essence, energy, self-awareness, life force, spirit, creativity, honor, masculinity, distinction, childishness, ego, individuality, solitude, expression, self-sufficiency, shine, heartbeat, and father. So those are some keywords associated with Leo. We also got the semi-sextile. So this is an opportunity that probably hasn't quite come into you yet, and it might be with an Aries, or it could be in, again, something that would have transpired in Aries season. So again, about 6 months ago during the Aries new moon, if you guys do new moon manifestations, something may actually be coming into fruition, but it hasn't fully blossomed yet, but you're starting to see the small evidence of it. For those looking for friendship, romantic partners, business colleagues, Aries definitely wants to be seen here. And again, some Leo energy too. Bottom of the deck, the 12th house. Maybe a little bit of Pisces energy too. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments below if any of this resonates. And if you want to book a personal reading, check out the description box. You can purchase directly on Etsy or shoot me an email and we can figure it all out together. Other than that, I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.